Anyway, so let's just start with warming up. Today we're going to do a couple of different things, combining ideas. So we need to warm up first. Go back the other way. Elbows. Nice. Just moving at the elbow, not the shoulders. Back the other way. Now full motion of the shoulder, and even looking forward, looking back is a total full motion of the shoulder. Go forward. Look at your hand behind, look at front. You're getting a big twist, the other shoulder. Go forward. On the hips. Back the other way. Feet together for the knees. And then reverse. The ankle, if you need to, hold on to something. Weight on one leg and turn the other ankle. And then we go the other way. Switch feet. Back the other way. And with the neck, just go forward, hold. And then back, hold. Forward. You don't want to make motions because that might strain the neck. So we're just holding it in each position. A nice stretch, but not vibrating it. Or one more time, back, holding. And the one side, hold it. If you bob it, then you can stretch it, strain it. So just do it slowly, but then stretching. Back the other way. One more. And then fingers open, swinging the body. Just want to move something on my screen. Sorry. Slowly raise above your head. And slowly lower it. Not hitting, just swinging, fingers open. And then when I will stand in the standing position, legs shoulder width apart, hips about, and breathing in and out of your nose, fingers open but lowering towards the earth, and try to elongate your spine by pulling up the top of the head but pulling down your tailbone. You're stretching your spine, a slight twist of almost like you're beginning to sit, twisting the pelvic floor inwards a little. It's a very relaxed stance. And now follow the air come in through the nostril down into the lower diaphragm area. Follow it come in and go out. Breathe at your own pace, but nice and slow. Following it in, following it out. We're going to first work on a couple breathing exercises. Our goal is we're starting really, really deep. The chi is the energy that came in through the oxygen. And through the hour, we're going to develop on where that chi is. Right now, it's really, really deep. I want you to breathe in by pushing the stomach out. Then breathe out. Stomach in. Then breathe in, holding the stomach in, and breathe in at the chest. And then hold your breath, and then we're going to massage. Well, I said it in a really long sentence. We're just going to do it now correctly. And when you hold your breath, maybe in and out of the stomach as fast as you can while you hold your breath. So breathe in, stomach out. Breathe out, stomach in. Breathe, hold the stomach in, breathe in the chest. Now hold your breath and move that stomach, that diaphragm. So we're teaching our muscles to work. We're strengthening this lower diaphragm. And relax and breathe. So what you're trying to do is create this cavity in the first step and then massage it, and it'll get sore. This is because you don't usually use these muscles. So breathe in, stomach out. Breathe out, stomach in. Hold the stomach in, breathe in. Now, in and out, holding your breath. And relax. And we'll do it one more time. Hold your breath. And relax. This is bellows breathing. We're really starting in deep where the chi is, and like a bellow fan blowing on that ember. Now what we want to do is we want to exhale through the nose by using the stomach muscle of bringing the stomach muscle in to push the air out of your nose. So you take a breath in. Now push out by sucking in the stomach. And it's all going out your nose, holding your mouth closed. Now hold your mouth open when you relax. So basically keep your mouth open, but only send the air out. When the stomach relaxes, it actually will bring air in on its own. And feel that tightness of the lower diaphragm pushing the air out. Then you have to stop and breathe normally, because usually you're sending more out than in. Relax, and then try it again and see how many you can do. Remember, pushing out by sucking in. And you should be sore. There's probably new muscles here you haven't used before, and you will get sore. Now we're going to see about different sections of the lungs. As I breathe in, it might be counterintuitive, as we've mentioned before, but breathe in to the lower diaphragm by pushing the stomach out. And breathe out by pushing the stomach towards the spine. Breathing in, pushing out. Breathing out, push in. In and out of the nose, using the lower diaphragm. By making the lower diaphragm go down, it pushes the stomach out. So breathing in, breathing out. In, out. Air in, air out. Air in, air out. And relax. On your own, if you're having a difficulty with this, you can lay on the ground and put a book on your stomach and watch the book go up and down. So that's the lower diaphragm. Now let's try the normal way that people have been accustomed to breathing is with the lung upper part. So breathe in and send your chest out. Breathe out, collapse the chest. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And one more time, in and out. Now, what we want to do is see that we can get more energy in by using both of those methods of breathing. So we're going to do a circle breathing. We're going to start by breathing in the stomach, then breathe up in the chest, and out by pushing out the chest, further out by pushing in the stomach. So it's like breathing in the lower, breathing in the chest, breathing out of the chest, breathing out of the stomach by sucking it in. In, out, out. It's like a S curve. Sometimes to bring the air into the chest, there's a tightening of the lower muscle. It might even contract slightly to give you that strength of sucking it in. If that happens, that's good, but we won't concentrate on it. So we'll try it again, breathing in, out, out. Making sure the out really pushes in to put it all out. In, out, out. In, out, out. In, and then relax. So now we've worked on the real core in the lower diaphragm and getting the lower part of the lungs filled, learning the stomach muscle, S-curve, stomach and chest. Now let's work on the sides. We're going to show that there's extra ability to bring in energy on the sides. So what we want to do is put one hand on the top, palm facing up, the other hand palm facing out, and then turn to the side of where your elbow is, turn to the side. As we breathe in, we feel this whole side expand. Straighten up, breathe out, switch. Palms going up or out, turn to the side and breathe in. Feel the side open up. Breathe out. Now in motion, breathing in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. One more time. Breathe out. Breathe in. And relax. Breathe out. Now, this is really working on the iron element. And iron is the immune system. And the emotion is grief. But we want to build up our immune system. So one of the other iron exercises is a dragon clears a path. And here, we want a chi lock. And this is from the 12 organs. And we're going to be working on all sections of the lungs through the exercise. And I want a lot of breathing out with a sharp breathing, a lot of breathing in with one sharp out. So we breathe out, go in a lunge, breathe in, follow the hand behind you, continue breathing in the front until we breathe out, going the other way. Breathing in, and then breathe out. Follow the little finger, breathing in, breathing out. So here we're breathing in, and out. Breathe in on the back, breathe in on the side, in the front, and out. Breathe. If you need to take an extra out and in, that's okay. But the emphasis is how much extra energy or chi we can get in with the breathing. And out. Breathing in. One more time. And relax. Now with so much breathing in, we want an exercise that emphasizes the breathing out. Legs are shoulder width apart. As we breathe in, bring the hands at shoulder width up. Breathing out, we push away. Breathing in, sink slightly as we push away, pushing the mountain. Breathing in. Oh, I said I'm going to emphasize breathing out. I'm going to breathe out with 3 puffs. Breathing in. Out with 3 puffs. Breathing in. Really clearing out the lungs. Breathe in through the nose and out. They breathe in all the lungs, lower diaphragm and upper, breathing out with emphasis. Breathing in. One more time. We breathe in and out. And then relax. Now is called the dragon finds its prey, and it's a changing of the concentration of focus. As we breathe in, without touching our hands, we're going to focus on the little lines in our palms, and then come up high, claw your fingers like this, and see the peripheral vision. I'm looking at both hands at the same time. And then relax. Palms are nice and relaxed. Concentrate on the fine points of my eyes, really close to my palms. And then open your eyes to breathe out. See both your right hand and the left hand at the same time. Relax. Breathing in. Fine. Breathing out. Feel the coldness in your eyeballs because you open the eyelids so wide. Relax without touching as you cross. Breathing in. Breathe out. Claw fingers. Open your eyes. See both hands in the peripheral vision. Breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in, full gasp of air. Breathing out, clawed fingers, seeing what's way to the right and way to the left. One last time as I breathe in. And breathe out. And then relax. One last iron pose is a basic standing pose of cat stance and the iron pose. We want to have the weight on your back leg, can be either left or right, you can mirror me. And then the front leg is in a cat pose, so you're just putting on the ball of your foot slight amount of weight, just a slight amount. And then your front leg has your front hand right in a straight position, very like a slight angle away, but right through the center. And the lower hand is anywhere from the chest to the stomach in a very straight line, one hand under the other like a knife blade. And we're just going to breathe freely in and out of the nose in this position. All your weight, 90% of the weight is on the back leg, flat on the ground. And if you can pull your foot up off the ground in the front, just to show you that you have the weight in the back, but then put the foot back on the ground. Keep it touching. And what that will do is get your back nice and straight. If I have my weight in the front, I'm going to be forward. That's not good. I want to be straight up and down. Don't want to be able to pull the foot up, but leave it down. And I'm breathing in and out of the nose as slow as possible. And we're going to switch sides. Now the other leg is back with the weight, the knee is bent. Front forward leg, forward hand opposite with the eyes. And back leg connected to the same back left. Same side hand is low. Emphasis of having the hands right on top of each other like a single knife blade. And breathing in and out slowly through the nose. And then we can relax. Now, all of this is in an effort to build up the immune system controlled by the iron element. And the lungs are predominantly the source of this. And we've been working first really, really tight in the inner core of the lower dantian, the first breathing elements, slowly building it up to other parts of the lungs, upper, sides, lower. And now we want to push it a little further away from the body. So as I breathe in, I want to capture a ball of energy in my hands. I'll get up closer. Knees, shoulder, leg, feet, shoulder width apart. Breathe out, push to the sides. Look to one side. Look to the other side. Breathe in. Breathe out, pushing away. Look to the new side and back. Breathe in, feeling a cocoon collapse on you. And then breathe out, pushing the sides of this space that's around you, pushing it away from you. Increasing your presence. Breathe out. Feel something pushing against your hand. And look at that space. Like a cocoon being extended away from the body to increase and strengthen your protective space around you. Now, we're going to create the ball, and we're going to keep one hand, the same hand, going up a number of times. So whatever hand starts, look down, look up, moving just so you can see what I'm doing with my hand. Breathing in, keep the same hand on top. Breathe out. Breathe in, feel a collapse from above you, from below you, coming to the ball. Same hand going up. Breathe out, pushing this space, pushing it further and further away from you to increase the protective barrier around you. Look down, look up. We'll do it one more time. Breathing in and breathing out. As I breathe in, I feel it collapse around me. Now take this energy ball and switch which hand is on top. Now a new hand goes up. Look down, pushing it to the earth. Look up, my upper hand. Breathe in, keeping this new hand on top. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. One more time. Same hand on top. Breathe out. Look down. Look up. Breathe in. And feel this space. Now, coming up front and center. Fingers pointing up. Now we're going to work on the space in front of us and behind us. So we'll stay to the same side multiple times. As I look to one side, breathing out, look behind, look in front, breathe in, coming front and center, and return to the same side. Breathing out, pushing away a new space behind and in front. I'm not only extending my presence to create a force field around me, but by going in all these different directions, breathing out, I have now made sure that I'm in the center of this force field, and I've smoothed out all the edges so that it's uniform in strength and space around me. Now let's go to the new side. As I breathe out, always looking behind first. Forward, breathing in, feeling it collapse. As I breathe out, see if I can feel something pushing against my hand. And as I breathe in, having it collapse, it's like wrapping around my shoulders and my back. And I push it away again. I'm smoothing it, breathing it in. Breathe out, pushing it away, smoothing it around my body. And one time coming front and center. Now I want to work on my microcosmic orbit, which is a circle around my body, between my legs, up my back, over the top of my head. The energy is going to flow level with my hand as I breathe in, following it up my backside, looking up, bringing it up over my face, and then breathing out, it comes down the front side. Really just the front and back next to the spine. So not on my skin, but right along the edge of my spine, which in the backside is right under the skin. But in the front side, as I breathe out, it's in a little deeper. It's coming down just in front of the spine. As I breathe in, it's always with the level of my hand. My muscles are tweaking and twisting also even with my hand, and this is sending vibrations and stimulations through the body, up through the legs, up through the underneath, between the legs and up the back. I'm breathing in as it comes down the front. I'm going to switch. I'm going to grab energy. As I breathe in, it comes up the front, up and over the top of my head, and then back down. As I breathe out, even with the hands, it's slowing down the back of my spine, up between the legs. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. This is balancing the yin and yang, and also clearing the path of this cycle around. And then we relax. I want to strengthen the area around the core part of the body, the belt meridian, like a sash, palms towards the body, legs shoulder width to heart, and concentrate on the breathing. Okay, I'm going to start in one direction, breathing in, and breathe out, go the other way. Hands always opposite the body, towards the sash. Breathe in, palms towards the body, but opposite each other. Breathe out, feeling this wide sash belt. Breathing in, spinning around me. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right at the waist level is the sash, the balancing point of the body. Breathe out. Breathe in and then stop. Now breathe out and breathe in the new direction. Breathe in towards the new direction. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Feeling this loop sash spinning around you. Breathe in. And that will continue to spin like a clock gear that keeps in motion. Even when you stop, it will continue to be spinning. And that's come to the center and relax. Now that it's continuing to spin around you all day long, it then has the ability to deflect either physical, emotional, or spiritual things that you want to send away, that you don't want to absorb. It has the ability to either grab it and collect it in, or have it skip its orbit and go out. And the knife, actually, that we created before is the action that understands which things do I want to bring in and which things do I want to send away. And that's the element that is critical, that they work together. Now we're going to do the macrocosmic orbit. Here, if there's balance problems or strength in the legs, just come down this far. Other people will come all the way down in the squat. Do whatever your body allows you, but in your mind, follow the energy all the way from the heaven to the earth. So no matter what the body is doing, as we breathe in, coming through the front side of the body, out of the heaven, all the way through the body and into the earth. As we breathe out, comes up the back side and out the fingertips. Even if you went halfway down, then continue to follow it, the energy all the way into the earth. And breathing out, have it come out of the earth, up the back of the legs, and out the fingers that are pointed up. Breathing in. Breathing out up the back. Breathe in, down the front. Breathing out up the back. Now we're going to switch. As I breathe in, have it come down the back side. Breathing in comes down the back, all the way back side of the legs into the earth. Breathing out comes up the front side and out the front of the arms, fingertips. Breathe in, down the back. Breathe out, up the front. Whatever the body allows is good. Don't topple over on me. And breathe out, go up. One last time, following it, even if you go partially down the back, and up the front. And then relax. Now we have all these cycles. First one was around the core of the body, between the legs and up around. This one was from the earth to the heavens, big loop coming all the way around. And we had our spiral around the core of the body. Now we're going to do a couple more to really create a human gyroscope. The weight on your back leg, point the toe to the earth, and as you make a slight swirl of that leg, pull up energy right through the bone marrow, right out of the earth and up and into the lower dantian. I mean, out of the earth and collecting in this area. Not a big loop. We're not massaging. We're just creating this whirlpool coming right up and following the energy about a foot under the earth, foot below your own foot, and come up through the bone marrow. You can change directions if you want, or just keep one direction. Think of it as a straw sucking it up, right up through the bone marrow, which also was activated in the earlier session where we worked on the iron element, and the lungs directly affect the white blood cell, and that's where it's being created, is in the bone marrow. Switch feet. So we're not really doing a heavy exercise, but mentally this really is something to pull energy out of the earth, follow it right up through the bones, vibrating each white blood cell that's being developed and bringing it into the lower dantian. I want to be even on both legs and just a slight wobble of mixing those two sources. Our legs are still, just a slight wobble in the lower dantian area, but in our mind, they're continuing to spin because they're sucking up through those channels, straws, funnels, whirlpools are all collecting here. A lot is going on. And you're mixing them together. Now, all of that is the earth element. Now we want to bring down, fingers pointed up, and bring down some heaven energy. Come down through the bone marrow of the arm and meet up with all the earth chi that you collected before. Again, a slight motion, and I can feel it entering my fingertips, sliding down through the center and mixing with the earth energy. I'm going to switch hands as I bring it down the other side. My legs, on the other hand, are still, only one is really physically moving, but in my mind, they're all moving. They're all spinning. That spinning action creates my own personal stability and strength, as well as creating this mixture of new heaven chi that's coming in, meeting with the new earth chi that we collected before, and mixing them all together. And with my hands down, I'm just going to slightly, there's an acupuncture point right on the top of my head, slightly move that around as I suck in right through my top of my head, bringing in further heaven chi. The heaven is not just spiritual, it's the artistic, mental, intuition, creative chis mixed with the earth chi, which is the solid motions, the raw materials that then the human collects those two sources, and they are the one that does the mixing and the positive good by having them all come together. Now, standing in the shoulder width apart element with your feet, breathing in, feeling the earth energy come in through the lower part of the arms, flip my hands around and have it come up to the sky, look up, and then point your hands away from each other as we push the sides away from us. Grab that cocoon without touching and have it wrap around us. Tight, it's tight, but we're not touching. Breathing in, palms up, elbows back. Breathe out, sink slightly and push that wall away. Again, breathing in. Breathing out. Feeling something against your hand. Relaxing. Wrists kinked so palms are facing down. And then palms pointed down. Fingertips pointed down. One last time of around the backside, energy coming around and then come down in front. Breathing in, that's making a final closure of it all, balancing it all out. And then standing in our Wuji position is where we started, as relaxed as possible, fingers pointed down, chin slightly down to allow the head to pop up and stretch my spine. As I'm stretching the spine by sinking the lower spine and stretching on the top, I want to make one new thought pattern. As I'm stretching them out, I want to see a space between each vertebrae. And breathing in new chi and start way low in the spine and picture the vertebrae separating. And each breath go a little further higher on the spine as I stretch the spine and pull each vertebrae away from each other just slightly so that it elongates even further. Breathing in, very relaxed. As I breathe out again, I'm actually maybe pushing air in between the vertebrae, the new vertebrae, and spacing it out. I just became 2 inches taller. Breathing in, relax the shoulders, tuck the chin down. Breathing out against a new vertebrae section expanding. Breathe in and out at your own and follow again, start at the bottom and follow each vertebrae, the space between each one expanding. And now grab the energy around me, holding my hand onto the lower dantian, feeling this warmth, maybe a little massaging to bring it all back down into this core area. Feel how active it is and ready for the day. Keep us clean. The immune system is strengthened. My balance is centered. The space around me is further away and a good protection for anything to approach me. All systems are go. And then we relax. Okay, I'm going to